Hello, welcome. Hi, hi. Let's tap in. Yes, rainbow. Okay. I decided to be a rainbow today. Let's tapping in and tuning in and turning on. Release, surrender, allow, receive. Yes, let us do all of those things for the good of all, right? The better we get at releasing and surrendering and allowing. I heard this thing about givers typically feel really good when they give, right? But it's harder to receive. And so change the perspective. To receive is to allow another giver to feel good like you do when you give, right? As a way to allow, because it's hard. It's hard to be a receiver. Especially when you were conditioned to give above and beyond, right? Okay. Above and beyond your capacity or what is normally acceptable as even exchange, all that kind of stuff. Ooh, what's this one? Getting spider vibes. But it doesn't take much to give me spider vibes, let me tell ya. Okay, I feel like it's in the back of the book. There it is. Frequency. Yes. The energy of frequency helps you remain in your own energy. Quite often we adapt ourselves to others, thus raising or lowering ourselves to a frequency that isn't ours. Ooh, yes. As a recovering people pleaser, I know exactly about this. And it ends up happening unconscious. This is what conditioning does, right? It brings, it's like a programming. But yes, we end up having to read the room, to emotionally regulate everybody, to be the maker of everything, right? In also the scapegoat. This is the thing. This is why we over give and over see and over regulate, because if we don't, everything's our fault. So what ends up happening is we are trained to enter rooms and extend our energy out to read everything in order to know and feel what needs to be attended to, what needs to be regulated, what fire needs to be put out, right? And what I've been learning is that is really, really exhausting. And in that process of surveying, we end up picking up a lot of shrapnel, a lot of crapnel from other people that sticks in our energy field, so that when we bring it back in, if we do, now we've got all kinds of extra bits that, are they ours? Are they not ours? Well, when you're raised to regulate everybody's emotion, then those are things that are now yours, right? And so being in and holding and being aware of, getting used to, feeling into, being present with, understanding and recognizing what is your frequency. This allows for a cleaner, clearer beingness. Yes. Okay. That was what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. I think, yes. We'll just surrender to the universe, to spirit, and the messages that are meant to come out today for you, for us, for everybody. Okay. Wow. Okay, we've got Hagalas and Uruz. It's like the Tower and the Earth King, right? This solidly standing, immovable, confident, purposeful. Sure, purposeful, right? Also, someone able to overcome anything standing in your way, trying to block you from where you're trying to go. And then this Hagalas, this is like the tower, the letting go, the tearing down, the letting fall, the stripping away, the cutting away, the creating boundaries, the smack in the face that wakes you up, that activates you, like an activation is what I'm getting from that. Okay. So your frequency, rolling, this is that surrendering to the things that want to fall away and holding fast to your purpose, your mission, your confidence, standing in your own truth and beingness. And how that affects your legacy, your abundance. There's a card I'm noticing. Oh, no, it's not. I thought there was a card stuck behind it. So frequency affecting your financial, your material realm. And this holding. I'm just going to read the keywords of these two here. Strength, power, health, endurance, and manifestation. Okay. And this solid, right? The land animal, the bull, a significant obstacle. Nothing is getting in the way of your 10 of Pentacles, of your abundance, of your manifestations, your endurance, your sheer will, your confidence, your standing in your might is what is going to bring it into being. And Hagolas, where are you? Hagolase. Ooh, lassie. Those are yummy. Disruptions, endings and beginnings, transformation, radical change, and completion. Okay, so this could, it's like initiation. What did I declare it as? But anyways, it is a change, a radical change that you are going through, that you will go through, that you are coming out of, and your endurance, your perseverance, your confidence, it's going to lead you to your 10 of Pentacles. Your 10 of gorgeousness, right? The kind that keeps on growing. This isn't just a one-time installment, right? You win a scratch and win and get, a buck or whatever. This is something that continues to grow and produce. That's why that's why we refer to it as the legacy card, right? This tree, year after year, is going to produce bloomage and bloomage and bloomage and bloomage, right? And it is affecting generations. But for now, it is time to hang out. And it's interesting because we're dealing with the tree, and then the hanged one is hanging upside down in the tree. So I'm getting this considering things from a different perspective. I mean, that's what it stands for, but also in relation to this ever producing tree we were just talking about, right? Mhm, mhm. But definitely not able to move forward. So take advantage of this time, this hangout chill period, the sacred pause, I sometimes refer to it as, this acclimation, this in between stage, the transitioning. There's the tower. After the tower, during the tower. Yes, because the old needs to fall for the new to be born. It's just the way it is. But this is literally fertilizer for the blooms that will last lifetimes. That was interesting. What's this one? Justice. Okay, so the righting of the scales, the getting back what you've given. This is directly related to your tower. So a tower coming in, towers coming in, multiple ways, one way, one big one, many little ones, all of them. All of the things that promote, support, transformation and change, an upheaval of the norm, the huge, right? A tower could be a complete upheaval of everything and transform it into something completely different, or it could be, heading to work one day and your usual route is blocked, and so now you have to detour and you see some new things on your way, right? But it also, these tiny little, like the flap of a butterfly wing, creating a twister, what do you call those things, tornado. It signifies a change, a shift. New energy is brought in. Okay, so this landed on the hanged one. So this is an opportunity to ground and heal the wounds of the past. What a perfect thing to do while you're hanging out, while you're transmuting energies and emotions from the past. A lot of things have been coming up for me in my dream states, and it is allowing me an opportunity to look at things from a different perspective, which is what the hanged one does, right? And it's like I'm getting sifting. I don't know if you've ever gold panned, but it's a process of, you scoop up some stuff with water and you get this spin and you allow the light things to spin out of the orbit, and just the heavier materials last. But you have to do this swirl and then get a little bit more water and then swirl, and it's like a sifting process that eventually leaves nothing but gold at the bottom of your pan if you're lucky. And I feel like part of this process of going back is like sifting through your past to find the gold. And the gold, of course, is pieces of your heart that have been left in the past, right? But also wisdom, understanding, recognition, accountability. Like there's a lot of opportunity within the gold, right? And this adds to your abundance because you are coming back empowered, bigger, more expanded, because you've looked at things from different perspectives. You understood things from different perspectives. You have found gold, right? That you can now apply or utilize in your nowness, your nowness. Yeah, because we don't want to carry on or keep looking through the lenses of old wounds, right? Then we project onto loved ones and aren't able to truly meet or see them as they are. Okay. Why are you dropping like a crazy? Okay. Okay. Yes. This is a choice. You could use this time to heal, to grow, to learn, to expand, or you can just hang there and, not do any of those things. And I'm also getting this writing, this choice. So it's like also connected to a recognition, right? Because it's in the scope of this, like while you're hanging out, you're in this phase, right? And so this recognition of like, okay, yes, when I was wounded in the past, when that situation occurred, this is how I could have responded, but I actually responded in this way. And now that I'm looking back at it, wow, like that was a show of strength on my part that I didn't, um, react A, B, and C. I kept love. I went within instead of projecting out. I healed. I released. I focused on what I can change within me instead of lashing out and trying to control everybody else, or stuff like that. And this acknowledgement of the choices that you have made in the past and how that affects your now, the writing of your justice karma. Yeah, this was part of your major lesson in worthiness. With worthiness, right? A lot of the times, the projection, the pains, the hurts of the past, not understanding. So, okay, an example. Say you were always misunderstood, or people were always trying to stomp out your light, throw mud on your light, right? And you're going through life not understanding why. What's wrong with me? Why do I deserve to be treated like this? Why are people treating me like this? Why do I feel like a target or whatever, right? And then in this process of healing yourself and this recognition of self and who you are, this stepping in, this claiming of you, you are recognizing that you're a freaking star, right? You have this innate love light that emanates from you, and it actually triggers other people because it mirrors to them their darkness or their lack of light that they are allowing for themselves. And so they want to deny that in you, because if they can make you shine less, then you won't illuminate how much they aren't shining, or you know what I mean, as a reflection. And so to look back at all those times where you were confused and depleted and like left going, what did I do, right? And understanding this about yourself, there's a new level of compassion for the others, but also an empowerment for you, because there's an understanding that of your role, your place, your power, right? And then it ends up being more about the frequency you come in with and how that affects people versus personal, like you, right? I mean, it is you, but it's like it's not you, right? It's not you. It is you, but it's not you. It's like when you reach a certain level when it comes to triggers and your understanding of how when you're triggered, it's a core wound, like it's attached to a core wound. And when you see other people triggered, you recognize that that's actually a core wound that they need to deal with. That's something to do with them. That's nothing to do with you, right? And so instead of being like, what? Oh my goodness, I can't believe that person is feeling or saying or whatever this way. But when you recognize and understand that, when you see it from a different perspective, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be over here while you figure that out, right? Makes me think of kids who are temper tantruming. You don't take it personally, right? I mean, sometimes it's hard not to, but there's a recognition that that it's not personal. They just don't know how to self-regulate. They don't understand. They don't have a lot of information. Or they do, but they don't know how to articulate it. You know, all of the things. And so, understanding this, there's like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. Okay, well, let's make sure you're not going to hurt yourself or anybody else. Okay, you go sort out your um, situation here. And when you're feeling better, come talk to me, right? It's nothing personal. And this helps our nervous system regulate. We're no longer puppeteered by those around us, triggering and responding. And we're so invested in their approval and acceptance that we overcompensate and overregulate and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, what fell on the floor here? We got two cards. And it's your Wheel of Fortune, heavily protected. So much so the sun has come out with the rainbows to confirmate it, okay? So we've got the Sentinel, my Sentinel Knight, and the Wheel of Fortune. And the fact that it fell on the ground, I always feel like when they're on the ground, it's kind of like a highlighted portion of the text by spirit, right? Like, this is important to note. Okay. And so, yes, don't worry about the wheel turning. And, you've got the justice, you've got your ability to ride, to see things from different perspectives, to integrate the past. And so, I want to say, during your tower moments, you are protected. You don't have to worry about slipping back into old ways of doing, being, seeing, of responding. Things have shifted. This is why you need to park it. You need to take the time and the space to acclimate and work through the last bits, or more bits of the old ways, the past. So, example, I had a dream and I was in a hotel, and there was somebody else with me, and we had just returned the key. We just signed out or checked out of the hotel. But as we were leaving, I noticed in the back room there were like a dresser, a cabinet, and a hutch or something like that. Antique furniture, beautiful, and they were all full of stuff. And I realized it was my mom's stuff that she had left. And I immediately took it on. It was my responsibility to deal with the stuff, but I didn't have the means or the ability to take these 3 giant, objects with me full of stuff. And so I started feeling that old, anxious, nervous system of obligation to caretake and manage and assume, right? And so I'm running around, I'm trying to like stall. I'm wondering, should I rent the room again for another day so that I have more time to figure out what I'm going to do with all this stuff? And I started going through it and trying to take stuff that I can take. And I was talking to the owner of the thing and explaining to them about the antiques and how my mom, she's held these onto these pieces for so long, and she's collected them throughout their life, and they're meaningful, and if maybe they can use them in the hotel somewhere instead of just throwing them away. And it was this whole thing, and I woke up and had to remind myself that she left them there. She left them there. And so I didn't have to, like, it was me who was assuming that it was up to me to pick up, right? And it was interesting, but I really hope that through that process, through the dream, it was part of this going back, right, and reassessing, and also like it enabled me to see how far I've come, right? That was how I used to be, and now I'm like, oh well, if she left it there, then I guess she didn't want it, right? It's not up to me to pick up other people and deal with other people's stuff. Okay, I just saw the star there flash. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. Okay, so when you receive your divine justice, as you are receiving it, because yes, it seems like it's coming in as a tower here. We got 2 drastic change, transformation, lightning bolt kind of cards here. But this is about maintaining and moving forward confidently with your sword of truth. Okay, this sword of truth here is cutting away obstacles, but also discerning and speaking truth. And sometimes that is a way that we cut away obstacles, by speaking our truth. And and those people, places, and things that cannot stand alongside of the truth, then they fall away, right? Okay. So that's beautiful. Anything else you want to tell us about this tower here? I want to know more about the tower. What's up with this tower, please? We want to know about the power of this tower. Anybody? It's in there somewhere. Shuffy? Okay, Shuffy. Okay, Shuffy. Aha. Okay. So this tower is a wish coming true that you're not supposed to know the details of, but it's going to fill your cup. Okay? So that's beautiful. Take it. Boom. Mail it, stamp it, boss it, sprinkle it with rainbows. Okay? Yes. A dream is a wish your heart makes. And you're not supposed to know all the things. This is divine timing, right? Wait for it. That was like the universe being like, wait for it, but it's gonna be good. Okay, so that's all you need to know. That's what you hold onto. I think this is also why this protection card came out, because it's like, just because you can't see it right now, right? Just because we're not there yet, or whatever the case may be, trust. This is that faith, trusting in the universe, trusting in justice, trusting in your experience. You've lived your life. You know what you've been through, what you've endured, what you've overcome. You are aware of your heartaches and the choices that you have made and how that has shaped you. Your transformation from one who relied on other people's validation, and your transformation into one who stands firm in their own validation. This is huge. This is gorgeous stuff here. And so with all of that knowingness, trust in divine law and order, that justice will be served. You will get back everything you have given times 10. Times 10. Okay? Yes. Okay, I pulled out my little mini D deck because we haven't seen it in a while. I forgot about it. I forget about out of sight, out of mind, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Look at all the rainbows. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rainbows. Okay, so we're just going to get some confirmations from here. Confirmations and any additionations that might come up for us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just throw some stuff out here. Oh man. Drugs. There's some drugs out there that just really transform people. What's going on with this guy here? He's acting suspicious. Okay. So we got the Hermit coming out, and It's here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so this is kind of the spread we got going on so far. This is what we've grounded in while we are hanging here. This is us moving confidently, trusting and knowing in our divine justice, being attached to our cup fillage and the wheel turning, okay, protected in the unknown phases, and this tower bringing in a wish, okay? So this hermit here, this could be part of your tower, something that busts you out of your hermit mode. Oh, beautiful. Yes, you're manifesting. This is wishes coming true, is you manifesting your wishes, okay? Because you're a freaking magician. Magician has power over all of the elements. Beautiful. Okay, what's this one? Ooh, moon confirmation. Okay, and on this choice here, this is like not seeing the results or the direct effects that the choices that you had made in the past are having on you now or will have on you now. Okay, this is that trust in the unseen. And I feel like it's related to your justice, right? This, you get what you give. Well, you may not have seen that yet, right? Or just starting to as the phases kind of reveal themselves. Okay, we got harmony. Yes. Harmony in your confidence, in your forward movement, in your speaking of your truth. This is a balanced state, right? This is a creating boundaries, cutting away and releasing, protecting all of the things that the sword can do, and your truth, right? What do we got on your cup? Okay, we've got cycles, which is kind of beautiful over here. This is also that balanced state, the yin and the yang, the light and the shadow. It takes all of these things in order for our cup to hold. Yes, for our cup to hold. Okay, we've got the twin flames coming out. Sorry, the guy's just walking by again. I'm watching. Twin flame coming out on your wheel of fortune here. So you could be meeting, if you have not yet, or re-meeting, whatever your case may be, attached to your wheel of fortune could be some sort of divine partnership of gorgeousness. Okay, and then okay, confirmation of that. Okay, and it was here, right? It was this unmovable force. I'm getting like loyal, dependable, committed gorgeousness. Wowza. Wowza. Okay, let's just do a couple charms while we're here. See what we got. We've got this beautiful love dove. What are they called again? As soon as I call it a love dove, I forget what it's called. Bird. Bird is the word. Okay, this is the seeing. I feel like you see this or you intuit this and you just have to trust it, right? Cats, this is my cats see things that not everybody can see. And so trust what you see. Okay? You could have some ideas about how this justice is going to turn in your favor, how this wheel is going to come about. And it's not about being right, but it is about confirming your abilities to intuit, right? but also detaching from any outcomes to allow, right? We don't want to get too fixed on a thing because then we actually keep the thing from coming to us, right? If we hold on to the letter in the mailbox, it's never going to get to its destination, right? You have to let the letter go for it to take its trip and get to where it's going. Okay. Look, look, where'd he go? Didn't I see him? Aha! I'm like, wait a second, it's my sun and moon kitty. That's funny, it got caught behind the levers there. Okay, so this is the sun and moon. This is the twin flames. This is the light and the shadow. This is the masculine, feminine. This is the balanced, beautiful, divine counterparts. This is the yin and the yang. Okay, so that is kind of a beautiful confirmation. And look, we've got another stubborn land animal here. Sturdy. And he stands. He stands for all of the things that are right. Okay, and then we've got an angel wing here. So the angels, your spirit team, are working towards making sure that you receive your divine inheritance, your legacy. Okay, and they also have a hand in the things that are happening behind the scenes, which makes sense. That's what they do, right? They're behind the scene cheerleaders and entourage. And then look at this beautiful magical thing here attached to the wish, your wish coming true. Beautiful. And this horsepower flying, right? It's like I'm getting the combination of the eagle with the horse, which makes me think of a reading that was a few readings ago, where the two, the eagle and the horse, flashed while I was shuffling, and then I didn't take them or anything, but throughout the whole reading, I ended up referencing them because there's a time to float, to soar, right, and to shift your perspective above, from a higher, like the bird's eye view, right, to get a lay of the land, and then there's a time to ground in to the horse energy and run with it to make power moves, right? And that balance. So there's something about that balance because we've also got the harmony with your confidently moving towards your justice, right? So that's beautiful. Is that all the things? I think that's it. Gorgeous. Okay, well, there are the messages for today. Should we just get a couple of messages really quick? Just a couple. Okay, we got true love. Oh my God. Okay, so wow on the confirmations in that department. We've got to be the smile on someone's face. Okay, this is your way of affecting. This is also that you don't know the little things have such a big effect, right? For you, just a smile to somebody else, that makes their whole day, sometimes their week, sometimes their month. They have it in their brain. They can take it home with them. They can come back to it. They can be warmed by the smile. They can be reminded to smile at others, right? There is a ripple effect that happens. So no little thing is actually a little thing. All things are big. Ground yourself, yes, especially as you are dipping back into the past to find the nuggets. Keep grounding yourself into your new nowness. Yes, okay. And conscious breathing, yes. Take deep, conscious breaths. This brings you into your now. This makes you aware of your beingness. You can even empower your conscious breaths by also visualizing life force energy entering you every time you breathe in, and anything and all things that don't serve your greatest and highest to be removed as you breathe out. Conscious breathing, powerful. Okay, so beautiful reading here. This is return back to our frequency that we are emitting and the beautiful feedback loops that are magnetizing back towards us. And it needed to build up because I feel like this is huge. I feel like this is a huge tower shift, transformation, upheaval, new life, wish, dream, gorgeousness that's happening here. So trust it, allow it, and rest up and start holding on to your nuggets. Okay. Love and appreciate you. And I hope to see you next time in another reading on another day. Okay. Love you. Bye.